ask you something because you're a doctor, right?
Yeah.
I don't like myself sometimes. Can you help me?
Barry, I'm a dentist.
Hi, this is Georgia.
This is Barry.
Depois do sucesso de Magnolia, Paul Thomas Anderson está de regresso ao grande ecrã com Punch Drunk Love, Embriagado de Amor, um filme que junta o carismático ator Adam Sandler e a consagrada atriz britânica Emily Watson numa invulgar comédia romântica.
Hi.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
It must be weird for you to have so many sisters.
Actually, no, it's very nice.
Remember we used to call you gay boy and get all mad?
What's that?
We were calling you gay boy and you got so mad.
Aplaudido pela crítica, tendo mesmo valido a Paul Thomas Anderson uma menção honrosa no Festival de Cannes de 2002, Punch Drunk Love foi inspirado num artigo da revista Time sobre David Phillips, um engenheiro civil que, ao acumular mais de 12 mil cupons de uma marca de pudim, teve direito a um avultado vale de viagem numa companhia aérea americana.
You've just made a war for yourself that you can't afford.
I'm going to Hawaii on Friday.
Hawaii? I was thinking about going there.
Really?
I'm gonna start a collection of puddings and coupons that can be redeemed for frequent flyer miles.
That's insane.
This is Barry.
You canceled your credit card.
That's a bunch of bull! Get your supervisor on the phone!
Yeah.
What's your name, sir? You're sick. No. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
No tour de apresentação do filme pela Europa, Lisboa também foi ponto de paragem, onde o realizador falou sobre o filme.
Are you threatening me? Yes. That wasn't good!
It was a movie that I wrote it to try and make a romantic comedy, to make a romance picture, you know, to work with Adam Sandler, who I thought was a wonderful, terrific actor, and to make a movie that would take place in Hawaii. Just thinking about certain things that I would like to do, and then it was a nice story to try and make a love picture. I suppose that was it. And you know, if you finish something, you always want to make sure you go the other way, just because you're kind of bored. I was sort of bored with maybe cancer and long movies, so you try and make a sweet picture.
You're dead!
I wrote it with Adam in mind, and I'd written a little bit of it before I met him, but I met him because I didn't want to start writing the movie and, you know, find out that I didn't like him or something like that, or that he was not a very nice guy. And so I started writing, and then I went to meet him. We got on really well, and just talked about making a picture together. And I found him to be one of my favorite actors that I've worked with. And I'd always liked him since we have a show, Saturday Night Live. I know you don't have it here, but everybody seems to know it, and it's really terrific. And so I've been aware of him for a long, long time on television. Writing it for him, I know that it's him, and I'm also you also sort of write yourself just because you can't help it, because you're just sort of talking. It's just sort of you're writing, and well, everything, all this sort of stuff comes from like I had a really good friend who would always say yes before he said no. You know, he would say, yeah, no, I don't really want to do that, and I kind of like that, and I also come from a big family, so I know what it's like, and I know what it's like when you. No, I don't have 7 sisters, but that sort of frustration if you sort of feel tongue-tied, and you know that kind of thing where you want to throw punches instead of saying anything. You don't know what to say, or you don't know how to trust anybody, that kind of stuff. Or I'd seen that with other siblings of mine a little bit. And then Adam and I would talk, and he would improvise things, and you know, you just never really remember exactly how that stuff goes a year or two later, you know. And it just all sort of gets in the pot, and it happens.
And all at once I knew me.
I think, you know, like there's like, that's the most wonderful thing about movies is you take people from different different types of movies or different walks of life with different pasts and this kind of stuff and different approaches to it. And when you get together, and that's the benefit of making a movie, you know. Emily comes from this theater background, and she's from the UK, and she's really a woman, and Adam comes from stand-up comedy, and I have my background, and if the mix is good and it's the right time in everyone else's life, you really get to learn a lot from the other person. And I know that Emily and I are maybe sort of more similar than we are to Adam, you know, maybe a little bit too serious, or, you know, kind of drama queens a little bit, and Adam just is a very funny guy who works very spontaneously, and it's just learning from other people. It's just the best part of having this job. Well, I don't think it brings me to the masses, and because I don't, you know, it's not as if this movie can succeed like Adam Sandler's movies normally do, which are very, very, very popular in the States. But they're also made for kids. I mean, they're for younger kids, and so they can't really go see this movie because of the rating, and maybe it's a different style, so they're not. It's not really for them. So I think it brings Adam Sandler to more of a different theaters than he might play in normally. Certainly less theaters than he might normally play in. It's never a challenge when you work with good people, you know, and like Adam Sandler is like this confusion about Adam Sandler. It's kind of like good is good. It doesn't matter. It's sort of people get like, oh well, you know, they'd be mad at him if he kept continuing to do the same thing that he did. And then if he does something else, they're kind of very curious about it in a kind of glaring way, and it's just sort of like, I don't know. I sort of like good is good, and I think that I just wonder when Adam Sandler's kind of stuff will go away, and you just sort of look at his performance. And I know that in the States there's a real benefit because he doesn't do press interviews. You know, he doesn't do print interviews. He'll come do TV promotion, that sort of stuff, and I think it's a real benefit because you don't really know very much about his life, you know. I mean, you don't really know what he's like, and it's really great, I think, because people want to know what he's like, and then it also the benefit for me is that you can. He looks like the guy. He's just the guy in the movie. He's hopefully just like Barry Egan. You're like some weird guy in a blue suit who has violent rages, you know.
Coupons that can be redeemed for frequent flyer miles.
That's insane.
No, not the movie. No, I think maybe, you know, there's they have a category that they like to nominate me in. It's the screenplay category. They make me wear my tuxedo every year that I make a movie, and I go and I sit. And I know I'm not going to win, and I get drunk in the bar, and the ceremony lasts for 3.5 hours, and then it gets to mine, and I lose. And even though I knew I was going to lose, I get a little grumpy, and then I drink some more, and then I have fun. You know, the Academy's not going to recognize Adam Sandler, I don't think. I mean, or Philip Seymour Hoffman. I mean, they're still giving Oscars to, you know, little Ronnie Howard and A Beautiful Mind, and there's no way. It's not going to happen this year.
He needs me, 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 he needs me.
This is like trying to be a musical, but not technically a musical. But I consider it a musical. It's a musical in my heart. I do plan to make a movie in Europe at some point, but I you know, whether it's because they kicked me out of Hollywood or not, I don't know.
Oh, are you lying?
No, I didn't want to get too far along going out and be hiding something.
The movies I make are not very expensive. And it's a really clear-cut relationship. I mean, Hollywood has to make a certain amount of movies every year. They have to, you know, and they just want to make money, and that's fine. And they have to make. They employ so many people at a studio. You have to keep it moving forward. So you make something like Spider-Man, which costs a lot of money but makes tons and tons of money. Somebody like me comes along. I'm making a movie that does not cost a lot of money. They consistently break even, and even make a little bit of money. That it's a completely fair investment on their part, and it's fair on my part, and I have movie stars in them generally, which sort of makes sense. And So maybe it's odd that it's coming out of there, but financially for Hollywood, it makes perfect sense. I mean, I get to do what I get to make my movies. They get to own the movie. I mean, I have a pride of authorship about it, but they have a pride of ownership. I mean, that's a completely fair relationship, and everybody's happy, you know. I mean, there's no fighting at all. I haven't fought with anybody about making a movie since my first one, you know. And that's just because you're young and you're a kid and you don't really know how to do it. But Hollywood is a tremendous place to work. It's very, very fair and forward place, really, because you sort of, its bottom line is always clear what it wants to do, and my movies don't lose money, they make money. So it's easy to work there. It's a wonderful place to work, and the people that pay for my films are people I genuinely like and go to dinner with and know. Adam Sandler. Thanks, everybody. Thank you very much.
I have a love in my life. It makes me stronger than anything you can imagine.
Uma estranha história de amor, uma comédia invulgar, um filme desconcertante com estreia marcada para 14 de março em 11 salas de cinema por todo o país.